This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Glad to have you with us from SB Ballard Stadium in Norfolk, home to the Old Dominion Monarchs. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the James Madison Dukes, squaring off with another Sun Belt foe, the Old Dominion Monarchs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Dukes will kick it away first. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Old Dominion Monarchs offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we've played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Spreads out 4 receivers, trips right, a single receiver to the left on 2nd and 7. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29. You don't have to make things complicated. You seize zone, you throw the hitch, you pick up some positive yardage.
Yes, Reese, that's easy when my guy's really fast and quick. Those guys in the slot.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosion.
That's a live ball! Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understanding the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
On the double. Pound 55, Reese.
Looking to throw, it's Sluka. Pressure coming. He'll throw it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Nothing the receiver could have done on that play, guys. You're not expecting the ball to be thrown behind you like that, especially in the quick game.
29 Philly.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Dukes are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's got him. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Monarchs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work.
Cricket.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires on the move. It's caught. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Looking to throw on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback doing that to your defense.
The Monarchs have it with a 1st and 10.
Spider.
To the air on first down. Under fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and
the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the pressure gets to him again, another sack. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They'll send out the kicker here. And it's no good. He missed it. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it.
Well, that kicker needed to club up. Unfortunately, the ball hits the crossbar.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. To the air, it's Sluka. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, 2nd down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Tight end now in motion. He'll pull it on the read. And the ball slipped out. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Well, the quarterback did everything right in terms of his reads on that option play. He was supposed to keep it, but he's got to do a better job of holding on to the ball. Give the defense credit for getting to him and creating the takeaway.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. From the shotgun, the inside give. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Monarchs trying to cash it in on 1st and goal.
Green 25.
They'll move the tight end. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Direct snap. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Monarchs! First score of the game goes up.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Barber. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. To throw, it's Sluka. He wants to take the top off. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it out. It's Barber. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Looking for a man. It's Sluka. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. In the red area, it's Roach. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression, so...
Into the end zone. Touchdown, ODU! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does, takes advantage of great field position.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Great job by the defense that time, bowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they forced that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball carrier down.
Guys, Old Dominion has the lead here as we've reached the end of the quarter. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. To the air, it's Sluka. He's got the back in the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. And the Dukes moving quickly to the line.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. The Dukes will line it up on 1st and 10.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
He'll throw on third down. Moving away from pressure. Finds a crease at the 20. There he goes. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
That's a big-time blow, man. Once you get that under that 3-minute mark and you're down by multiple possessions and you've got to put something together, the last thing you can do is turn it over because that clock is not your friend.
They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Oh, he's got some space. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. It's Thomas. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Monarchs come to the ball, trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And this defense finishes off a great football game. A goose egg on the board, forcing the INT late with the lead. They have dominated this football game from start to finish.
And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. In the postgame, if you start asking about the offensive struggles, the coach is probably going to say, let me tell you something, Mr. Television Announcer. They don't ask me how I won. They ask me if I won.
That is all that matters, Mr. Television Announcer, but I think you'd want to play better on offense. You'd want to score more points. But, Reese, Jesse, I want to learn as I win. I don't want to learn as I lose.
And I know you're loving this one, David, because in today's era of modern college football, with all these spread offenses and up-tempo, we're used to seeing a ton of points. We're not used to seeing a lot of games like this. I wouldn't get used to seeing